Z, Detroit, baby, we out here. You see what's going on, we activated, we ain't playing no games.
Today, we got the opportunity to sit with an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, and somebody that's just been through all the ups and downs of life, from the street side to just regular struggles of ups and downs in regular life. We got exclusive B in the building. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
That's
I'm
good.
doing well.
That's good. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you for sitting down with me, and in hopes that we could just let your story be a testament to just the women and people in general that's been through similar situations that you've been through. So before we get started, how you been feeling? What's been going on? What's been the vibes of the day?
The vibes today been real good. I went to church and everything earlier. Received a good word with my son. He decided that he wanted to become a member. So,
oh, that's beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we did that big one, and it's just as far as my vibes and everything, I've just been very clear. You know, just feeling blessed and favored, you know.
Most definitely. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. What was the word of the day, if I may? I might want to take a little something for myself.
Yeah. It was basically don't let yourself be overwhelmed with the things of today. You know, a way will always be made. Don't get caught up in worrying.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So without further ado, if we can, we about to go back into your origins a little bit just to give people a base and a understanding of where you come from, your background and stuff like that. So if you could just tell us where you from and how was life being raised in Detroit for Exclusive B?
Well, I'm from the west side of Detroit. My younger childhood years, I resided in the Herman Garden Projects. So that's like Joy Road area.
Joy
so I guess
Road.
I'm from Joy Road.
You know it. Shout out to Judge Mathis too. He from
Right.
that way too.
Okay. Yeah. Look, because what he say? Because I know what you do.
Straight up. Straight up. You know all the crackheads.
Right. But yeah, so those was like my younger childhood upcoming areas. As far as like growing up, I really had a good childhood for real. Like, you know, in the beginning, I had both of my parents up until, you know, the situation happened with my dad. And then he was gone for about 17 years.
Gotcha.
For sure. But sure, everything was good.
So everything...
I didn't miss a beat on nothing. Like, everything still remained the same. You know, I still got the love, you know, the attention, you know, I was provided for well, you know.
So you ain't had that struggle childhood in elementary school, middle school,
no,
and all that.
Everything was good. Like, I went to private school, all types of stuff, you know. So
most definitely,
it was really good for real. And then like my teenage years, we were then residing in Oak Park. So my high school was Oak Park High, and after that,
it was history.
Yep.
Yeah. So if anybody know your story, one of the biggest things that draws like the spotlight to you, or the, you know, where the thing that everybody knows about you is that you been through quite a few things in the streets, and you was getting a lot of money. And ended up having to suffer the consequences of getting a lot of money. Me listening to you speak about your childhood, right? It kind of made me want to pose the question of, do you think that the materialistic things and just how you was raised and you didn't really want anything, do you think as you got older that played into your decisions to get in the streets and get money?
Yeah, somewhat. Yep, in some ways, because I'm used. You know, I'm not. It's not like I'm not used to nothing, you know. So me having that privilege growing up and then becoming a woman on my own, you know, I wanted to still keep those things, you know. So yeah, in a way that did play a role in it.
At what age did you kind of jump off the porch and get into the game?
Well, I always would like sneak and like hang out like with my homegirls. Like when we were in high school or whatever, we would go into the city to party, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So uh we pretty much was like around
All
individual,
everybody that was
yeah,
getting money.
yeah, you know. So that kind of like opened my eyes to it in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I kind of like started dating for real, you
Mm-hmm.
know, I started dating young men that were in the streets,
Most
you know.
definitely.
So that was their lifestyle, and me also already knowing about fast money and how I work and how I come, and you know, them splurging and spending, you
Mm-hmm.
know, it was just like, yeah.
This what I so was it a boyfriend or anything like that of like a male friend or something that kind of got you in, or you got yourself in?
Well, dealing with my child's father, he was already in the game, you
Okay.
know.
How old was you when y'all met?
I was 18.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about 18. Um, so he was already in the game, you know. He really, what people don't know about him is that he was really a very intelligent person.
Mm.
Although, like, you know, he was a hot headed individual, could be a menace to society at
Mm-hmm.
times, you know, but he was a very intelligent person. He actually had a full ride Pell Grant.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he lost
Talking about
it.
for college, right?
hmm
Oh,
And he lost that behind
the
being in the
street stuff.
streets,
Right,
you
right,
know.
right.
So when me and him met, he was already in the streets, willing and dealing or whatever, and he provided for me. He took real good care of me and everything, you know. Um, but a lot of days I seen a lot of things behind the scene that happened too,
Mm-hmm.
as far as him willing and dealing, you know.
Mm-hmm. Would you say like violent things? We don't got to go into the specific thing, but like when you say a lot of things, like what?
It could be violent.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been just losses, you
Right,
know.
right, 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 right.
You know, a
Yeah.
lot of having to be outside in the streets and not really enjoying the simplicities of being
Yeah.
at home,
Yeah.
which you basically outside for every day
For
anyways, you
sure.
know. So yeah, I did see a lot of that too or whatever. But as far as myself and how I got involved from me being outside and me not being what you call it, conceited or
Yeah.
nothing,
Yeah.
but by me being an attractive female,
Right.
you know,
It made it
it went,
easier for you to
yeah,
will and deal and
right,
get
right,
deals or whatever the case may be.
right. It will then men.
Mm-hmm.
And the particular type of men at this time that I took interest in were men in the streets,
Right.
you know. I've always dealt with older men as well because for me they're more mature, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? They're more settled and they can teach me
Right.
things, you
Most
know.
definitely.
So at this time, the men that I was taking interest in were street men, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Um, I started um basically going on trips or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And I was receiving thousands,
Mm-hmm.
you know, at that time for
Per trip.
just that, you know. And I wanted to progress.
Right. Right.
You
Right.
know,
Right.
I didn't see myself taking that
Taking a
risk.
ride, being a worker,
Yeah,
basically.
you
Yeah.
know, and that risk, that's too much of a,
Nerve wracking or like or
not really nerve wracking,
okay.
but that's just too close to contact of a risk for
Got you,
me. You
got
know
you.
what I'm
I want
saying?
to be a couple people away, or
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So you always had that intelligence,
hmm
but you know what? With women, like when women get in the game, because of how y'all think in general.
We tend to last longer.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
We
Like
tend
it's
to last longer.
yeah.
I feel like we tend to last longer because of our natural instinct.
Yeah.
We already have that instinct, you know. So when something tell us it's not right, we know it's not right.
Most definitely.
You're not about to fool me.
Most definitely.
You know, just me having a conversation with you and your choice of words,
Yeah.
I'ma know if you bullshit me
Most
or
definitely.
not. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
So yeah, women tend, I feel like, in my opinion, women tend to last longer.
Nah, I
than
agree
men.
with that. I second that. My question is, how many trips did you go on before you said, like, hey, I need to go higher. I don't want to keep doing this. How many trips would you say you was
I
on?
probably was doing it for about maybe like 6 months, a year.
Oh, okay. So you did that for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Like 6 months to a year.
wow. And then at that point you said, all right, boom, I'm about to break off and do my thing. Was you in it? Was you still in a relationship at that point, or was you just solo dolo and you just like, I'm about to do my own thing?
No, I was still in a relationship at that point.
Okay.
Yep. I just, the type of person I am, I'm already a private person, so it wasn't hard for me to keep my business,
You saying even with him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so he
Mm-hmm.
didn't really have a clue that you branched off and did your own thing.
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
And the reason that I never exposed my hand with him until later on down the line was because I knew the type of individual he was,
Gotcha.
So by me knowing that, I would never want to basically place somebody in a predicament and have myself in a predicament
Most
as
definitely.
well and mess up my money.
Most definitely.
Like I'm about my money.
No doubt. No
And
doubt.
nobody ain't coming between that.
No, no
On
doubt.
no day,
No doubt.
So
Now, as a woman, getting in that field, one, I take it that you were already accustomed, like got the little nerves out, like after taking trips for about 6 months to a year. I reckon you got them nerves out.
mm-hmm.
Now you going to a next level.
Mm-hmm.
As a woman, is it any type of preparation or any type of like mental space that you had to put yourself in as you go to those new heights? Because with those new heights comes new problems.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really the type of person to be outside all the time anyway, to begin with. So if you see me, that's really on the humbug for real.
Mhm.
Even then, I was never really outside for real. Like if I came out, it would be like for an event, and then I wouldn't be outside again. But as far as me, mentally preparing myself for what I was putting myself in, yeah, I basically knew that it had to be different levels of trust with different individuals.
Most definitely.
Like it had to, maybe I would trust you and take your word more than another individual, but yet and at the same time, I'm never not going to just not question you
Most
either.
definitely.
I'm never not just going to feel like what you telling me is 110%.
Most
either,
definitely.
So it took me having to know who to trust, and who I can trust as far as my life, not and meaning like my life personal. I didn't really um I didn't really go off into being bothered with numerous of people. I just had my selective few.
Most definitely.
And my selective few, you would be a day one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and that got to be a tough thing too. Like when you got trust problems, that's a tough thing because you find yourself trying to jump ahead of everybody's thought process.
You got to.
Yeah.
I've always been a thinker. I've always been an observer. You know what I'm saying? So even in my sleep, like it's funny, but even in my sleep, I'm thinking.
Right.
So I'm gonna always make sure I'm ahead of what I'm supposed to be ahead of.
Definitely.
So yeah, I'm thinking all the time.
I'm
still thinking. Look,
absolutely. You say, why you talking? Straight up.
Yeah.
So okay, so boom, you level up. at the height of your run,
Mhm.
what was like the most amount of money that you feel me felt like you had access to, or that you could just go grab, or you know what I mean? Because you know, like for instance, when business people talk about uh uh how much they worth, it's not necessarily just the money. It's more so all of your assets, everything that you got in culmination would be how much you're worth. So if at the height of your game, you feel
Mhm.
me? How much do you think that exclusive B was worth?
That I can even just go to and touch.
Yeah. Including what you already own, just the whole everything that you
Yeah,
built.
m- I most definitely me by myself being on my own and
Mm,
running on my own. I for sure.
damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, for real. Like I really was
That's
like, and
crazy.
I was blowing,
Blowing it.
blowing through it. But um, I was young,
Mm-hmm.
so I wasn't really thinking about, oh, let me buy this building real
Yeah,
quick,
yeah.
or let me purchase this house over here. It wasn't until later years that some of the older individuals that I was still, dealing with and making money with, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? They would they would school me like,
Mm.
hey, like be like, you better
Take
get
this
you
route.
something.
Yeah, yeah.
You better make sure you got this. You know what I'm saying? Like my mindset was always just like, okay, as long as I got lawyer fees, I'm straight. My
Right,
money, I'm
right,
good.
right.
But what did dude say in Baby Boy, the guns and butter? I wasn't
Mm.
I wasn't I wasn't thinking about that yet.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I was
yeah,
still just in the cars and the
yeah,
jewelry,
yeah, yeah. And when you live in that life, I can only imagine every day goes by fast.
Mhm.
Like you know, when you really think about it, when you got a busy day, you don't even really realize how
Yeah,
fast the day done blew by.
I would wake up and I might plan to be like, oh, I'm gonna stay in the house today and be Somerset somewhere, or been then
Mm-hmm.
went down to Atlanta and
Mm-hmm.
anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I just woke up and did whatever I wanted to do. Like I didn't have um no type of thought process as far as some more longevity.
Most definitely,
You
most
know,
definitely.
it was
What's
just
the
what I wanted to do in them moments.
For sure? So like, you know, just a quick like personal thing. Like my pops, he was in the game for about 17 years
Mhm.
before he finally ended up getting caught or whatever.
Mhm.
Many people will say, bro, you could have been got out the game. You touched enough paper to been get out the game. Uh, what is your thoughts on why it's so difficult for people that have reached a certain level in the game and that can? Why is it so hard for people not to get out before they end up getting busted?
Because you already be addicted to it. You know what I'm saying? You done already accumulated a certain type of way of living and being accustomed to a certain type of way of living. So, you know, you you have people, that start depending on you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm,
and I ain't even just talking about family, like people that just be around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd have had phone calls where a motherfucker be like, basically like, can I you got something to where you can
mm,
help me because I gotta pay my bills. And that's where I feel like my manipulative mindset came in at.
mm.
you know um Me being in the streets and having to basically turn my mindset
Yeah.
into savage mode for real. It kind of turn you to an
No,
animal
I
a little bit.
appreciate you talking about that because so many people don't take accountability. You get what I'm saying, or
Mhm.
acknowledge the shifts that the game turn you into. You can
Mhm.
go in one way, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
This how I'm gonna be. I never switch up, but as time go on, that
You
mindset starts shifting. And you said at some point, you became kind of a little manipulative. with your power, I'm assuming? Or
Yeah, with not even just with my power, but with me just knowing like you need it.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I got it to take care of whatever you need to handle, you know what I'm saying? But what you gonna do for me?
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna just say that it was just for certain women that I was dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Like I looked at men like that too. Like I
Mm.
was never just lollygagging. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever
You had motive.
every time, every time, like I knew, like before words even came out your mouth, you know what I'm saying? I had already pinged you. You
Most
know what I'm
definitely,
saying?
most
So
definitely.
I knew what I was gonna be on with you. I knew of what I can give to you,
Mm-hmm.
but it was always what you was gonna give and do for
At the
me.
end of the day.
You know,
For
so
sure.
if I had to take what I had and use that to will you in,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do it.
Most
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? Because at the end, in my mindset, I'm gonna win you over anyway.
Most
You're
definitely.
gonna end up being what I need you to be anyway.
Yeah, for real. No, you ain't got no choice but to be that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was manipulative. I was conniving. I did pray. You know what I'm saying? And we talking about the PREY.
Yeah, preying on people.
You know,
yeah, for sure.
whenever I felt like I had an opportunity, yeah, I jumped on it.
For sure.
I was most definitely figuring out how I was gonna go ahead and swindle you into my program.
For real.
You know, I never forget what my prosecutor said to me. You know, he called me an opportunist. He called me manipulative. He was basically talking like he ain't want me to see the light of day. For
No,
real.
you know what's crazy though? That's real because it's like for the first time when you and I'm speaking on this from experience because of what I done been through in terms of the criminal justice system. For the first time, you never really consider all of the negative things that you are to society
Mm-hmm.
and to that prosecutor make
Mm-hmm.
their argument
Mm-hmm.
for why they feel you should be. So they gonna call you menace to society. They gonna call you the biggest manipulator. You know what I mean? They gonna do it. And for the first time, you gotta sit back and be like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, this is some menace shit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, this is some manipulative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
He was saying stuff like, we don't know. She's been doing this for years. We don't know how much or what she's done. And you know, he was just saying a lot of crazy stuff. But you know, when I thought about it, I'm like, well,
right.
You might be right.
You might be right.
But I ain't gonna tell you that.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that lifestyle, it turned you into an animal for real. Like it could be a young woman that I could come across and I'm already knowing like she fucked up, she need a couple
for
dollars.
real.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me shoot this play.
Yeah. I got a couple thousand for you.
For real.
You know, you got L's.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Like, but I ain't go just come out and say it to you like that. I'm a pick your brain a little bit.
And the
like,
fact that I'm doing that's the sneaky part. That's the sneaky part.
Yeah, you know, that is that conniving. You know what I'm saying? That's that preying on them. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when it came to like the men, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you may be looking at me all googly eyed, but I'm not looking at you like that.
Exactly. I got a whole nother.
Yeah.
I see dollar signs. I see opportunities. I see.
I'm not looking at you like that, brother.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at like what you gonna do for me?
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do for me? What can we do to make my situation work out?
Right, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and not all the time did some of the people that I dealt with always dealt with the same things. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I knew
you would have to convince them to even deal with what you're dealing with.
Yeah. And sometimes I knew other people, whereas they needed what they dealt with.
Yeah.
And somebody they knew that you know, they needed what I dealt with. You know, so we would make plays like that too. You know what I'm saying? But when I ventured off from you know, dealing with the individuals that I started off dealing with or whatever, and I met my own widow. You know, I was on the West Coast when I met him. You know, and
you said your own what?
widow.
Widow, like widow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because okay, yeah, okay.
And so, and I actually looked up on him for real. You know, I was at this little bar or whatever, and I was getting me something to eat and having me a drink. It was like they day shifting there or whatever. But me peeping the scene, observing. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing what's going on. You know, and it was this dude that was sitting next to me, and he looked like he was waiting for somebody, you know. So we kind of somewhat like had spark conversation, had small conversation and everything. He ended up being a cool individual and everything, you know. And a little bit after that, another dude come in, you know, and we all just get to chopping it up, but that ended up being his plug. This nigga was slow. He leave out the door, I guess, just thinking like
she ain't on that.
Yeah. Slid right on in, you know. And me and my widow, we was tight like that.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was good,
For
you
real.
know, all the time, you know. So that lifestyle just come with a lot.
For real.
It just come with a lot. It do.
For real.
It do. It be tiring, you know. It have you to where, you know, not even just physically tired, you be mentally drained.
Yeah.
Stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And that's more of it because you like we talked about that thinking.
Yeah.
And you already a thinker.
Yeah.
So if I speed that up more because of the game, I'm literally driving myself crazy.
Yes.
For real.
For real. So, you know, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. I'm cool on all of that. I'm good. I'm focused on the real bag.
That's it.
The one that's gonna stay. The one that's gonna, if a motherfucker feel like, oh, you know, where's the paperwork? Right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, proudly.
There you go.
Proudly.
You know,
for sure.
Like that's what I'm on.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Evil.
For real.
It's evil.
For real.
It's evil. It's the devil.
For real.
For real. For real. Like, I'm good, and I'm at peace, and I'm happy. You know, like I enjoy being able to laugh and smile again, and do holidays and just gatherings with individuals that I love and my family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be robbed, and I don't want to rob nobody of that shit no more either. Yeah. You know, like it was during that time, like I wasn't even thinking about what I was doing to somebody else and their family. You know, not just, you know, I'm talking about as far as like, yeah, I'm orchestrating basically, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't thinking about like the same thing that you're doing is killing somebody else.
Yeah.
Mama or daddy or son or daughter off.
Yeah.
The same thing that you was doing that you knew was a risk that you didn't even want to take. You putting somebody else daughter in a situation tough. Like that. Real you know tough. What I'm saying? Like, so it's just not cool all the way around. Like, it ain't cool. It ain't worth it. Like, it's just really not for real.
Yeah. Most definitely. And for the record, me and this sister that had previous conversations before, and for the people in the comment section that got things to say in terms of her telling her story about bragging or something like that, just being around this woman and just talking to her, you will know that it ain't no bragging or no extra stuff going on. She's simply telling her story, her past, her present, and the things that she plan on doing in the future. And so far, even after coming off of, you know what I mean, her time or whatever, it's been nothing but positivity, all good motion. You know what I mean? You can stamp that, do the research. So I just wanted to make sure I put that out there first. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
So if we can, let's talk about the fall. You know what I mean? We talked about the heights where you was at, how much you roughly was, you know, was playing with. When did you start to see things crumble?
I started to pretty much see things crumble, and it wasn't even on my end. It was things that I seen that was happening to my child's father,
Mm.
you know, and those things were relatively close to me because we were an item, you know. So when I started noticing that, it was maybe 2 months prior to him actually passing away, you know, maybe a couple months before he passed away. He ended up getting indicted, and he was fighting his case and everything or whatever. So after that, maybe like 4 months roughly after he caught that case or whatever, it was just seeming real like dark. You know what I'm saying? And I started feeling uneasy myself, like, you know, like,
Yeah,
I don't want what you got going on to be
to
rubbing
rub
off
off
on
on
me.
me.
You know, um, up until maybe like October, it's so crazy because we were coming home one night, and I remember it was raining, and I've always been a prayer. I have always, no matter what, like even when before I would hit the road,
You
and
still, yeah,
I,
for sure.
you know
For
what I'm
sure.
saying? Lord, let us make it, you know,
For
make it
sure.
there, make it back,
For
you
sure.
know. But this one night in particular, I remember us going home, and it was raining so hard that I thought I had seen like something like standing in the street. You know what I'm saying? But when I looked again, it wasn't nothing there. You know, when we walked in the house, I was feeling like dark energy. You know, and I'm just like, I called my mom and I was like, Mom, you know, I need you to kind of somewhat pray. You know, because I don't really know what's going on. You know, but I'm feeling uneasy, you know, and I just need a little extra protection, you know. So that passed. Fast forward to December, the month of his passing. The day of him passing. It it was it was pretty cool. Actually, the day before he passed away, he had ended up getting pulled over, and they had locked him up. Being that it was maybe like 2 days before Christmas, you know, I was like battling with myself because I already was feeling like you need to slow down or something. Like, you know, like, and I'm
Too
like,
much going on.
right, but I didn't want him to be mad at me for not bonding him out.
Right, but
you
you
know,
also felt like this was necessary to kind of pull you back a
right,
little bit.
right. You know, so I still went against my better judgment, and I bonded him out and everything. And so 2 days later, um, the day was good, everything was good. I can remember talking to him, us laughing, joking, and everything. And maybe like 30 minutes prior to him coming to pick me up from where I was, we was on the phone, and he just kept saying like my stomach hurt, like my stomach hurt, you know. But I'm thinking because we had Benihana's earlier for lunch, I'm like, nigga, did you eat too much grilled cheese? Like, you gotta use the bathroom, you know. This is where my mind is at. But he kept telling me like my stomach hurt, my stomach hurt. And then I'm like, well, use the bathroom, you know, hurry up and get here. You know, so I ended up calling them because I had like I don't know, it was just like a feeling like someone right, you know. So I called him, he didn't answer. That wasn't like him, you know. even if he didn't answer, he'd call me right back.
Right.
Or if he was in the middle of something, he would answer and be like, "Hey, I'm in the middle of something real quick. I'm gonna call you right back."
Yeah.
That didn't happen, and I called him probably like 10 times back to back though. You
So
know,
at
so
this
I'm
point,
like,
you definitely worried. Like, hold
yeah,
on,
I'm
this ain't
like,
true.
what's going on? You know, um,
And that,
yeah.
yeah.
After that, it was just like, um, an individual came to me, and the way that they were looking at me, you know, I was kind of like confused. And they ended up leaving from where we were at together. And I called them, and I'm like, you talk to him, you know? And they I'm about to check on him or whatever, you know. I'm about to see what's going on now, whatever, you know. So I'm just like, okay, but the words,
Yeah.
you know, it's the
Yeah.
choice of words for me
Yeah.
every
It ain't.
time, you know. So I'm like, all right, or whatever. I still try to call him, he don't answer. Um, an individual ended up coming up to me, coming to where I was at. They had somebody bring them to where they last known that I was at, you know, because they were with him earlier during the day.
Right.
So when I seen them and not with him, I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know, and they like, you know, like Brittany, and I'm like, take me to him.
Yeah.
Cause I already knew.
You already know.
I already know.
You know when people start doing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
like, take me to him. They like, you know, he gone. I'm like, take me to him. You know. So when I ended up getting to him and everything, you know, we was out there for a minute, and I watched my dog get zipped up. You know, so me giving pieces of my life and my experiences to everybody is just to basically let them know, like, I've witnessed both sides. You know, I've witnessed the side of prison, and I've also witnessed death firsthand too. You know what I'm saying? I just really want people to think. If you ain't gotta be in it and be that heavily invested off into it and be taking that many losses from the money to lives to everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, get what you gonna get and get the fuck up out of it.
No doubt.
You know, like, and be safe.
Yeah.
Be safe. Trust your instinct. You know, because it's not going to stir you wrong. I don't care what it is. I'm talking about if a female could be like, I know when my nigga cheating.
Right. If you
And
know
be
that,
dead on that.
yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
should be able to detect that other stuff too.
You get what I'm saying?
Most
like,
definitely, and it's funny too because the first lady of BMF, her name is Tonisa Welch, and she ended up doing 5 years on the BMF indictment. She was with Southwest T, and she same thing. Her intuition. She was talking about the wiretaps and stuff like that, and how she was telling him like, man, throw that shit away, and you know he probably just forgot to or didn't get an opportunity to, whatever the case may be. But them end up being some of the same wiretaps that assisted in bringing them.
That's that intuition. Like, you don't know in the moment as to why you're saying it or why you doing it or why you start moving how you start moving, but it all be for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
And it's like, when you have those moments when the spirit move on you like that, like, trust it.
Listen, for sure.
Trust it. You know, it is for a reason.
For sure.
It may not be for that moment. It may just be for some shit that's just later on down the line, but you just saved yourself.
Absolutely.
Just from listening.
Yeah,
absolutely. You know,
so you ended up doing actually like some months after his passing, you ended up getting jammed up. How much time did you end up doing? And if you can talk a little bit about the experience being in prison.
Yeah. So I ended up doing 5.5 years. Well, 5 years and 10 months. 2 months shy of 6 years total. So
what did they actually? What was the actual charge? If like,
my charges was trafficking in the
okay.
first degree, possession in the first degree, and tampering in the second. So I ended up doing the 5 years, 10 months, getting to prison. You know, I really didn't know what to expect for real. Like I was kind of like thinking like, damn, like, am I gonna be in handcuffs and straight jacket shit all the time, you know? But no, it wasn't like that or whatever. The only hard part about it for me was really like strengthening myself mentally for myself and my child, you know, because we was never apart, you know, regardless as to me being in the streets, like I've always been there, you know. And just knowing that me or his father wasn't there no more, you know. So it wasn't nobody for real to really like of his own. You
even
know,
though the support was there and stuff like that, but just from your own.
You know, that's different. You know, receiving that love and affection and attention from your own parents, you know. But I am grateful for the support and everything that my family and my friends and extended people, you know, had given us both. But being in there, it was I did a lot of time on my bunk, you know. I did a lot of time mentally strengthening myself. So I did like different classes. I sat and I talked with different individuals who had already been there for years that wasn't really ever coming home, you know.
So you was in there with people that was doing life.
And some of them was good people, but some of them you was like you would be like, damn, like you fucked up.
Yeah, like I know it's fucked up, but I see why.
Yeah, you know. And I was just really just trying to think of a game plan as far as when I come home. You know, like I knew that I wasn't coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew I ain't got another number in me.
Most definitely.
You know, so
he said y'all done got all y'all out of me.
Baby, I'm done. You know, but I sat and I thought of different business ventures that I, you know, wanted to partake in and look into and everything, and just made sure that, you know, my son was well. Like just made sure that he was mentally good, you know, and he was spiritually good and he was being loved on correctly, you know. And yeah.
What in terms of the hostility in a female's prison, did you see any things like, was there any type of like violent demonstrations or anything that you seen while you was there?
No, not for real, not no real violent or whatever. It was an incident where we have like these little JPay systems or whatever, and they would get mad about that music, trying to listen to it or trying to, you know, get it downloaded on their tablets and stuff like that or whatever. So it will always be like a line for it, you know. I ain't never really deal with it because I had my personal tablet. So I would either go out early in the morning and take care of what I needed to take care of and
get out,
you know,
the way.
mind my business. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that shit the devil.
Yeah, for real. You can see,
you know,
anywhere chaos and confusion is, that's called devil.
That's the devil right there.
For sure.
So it was an incident though where these girls, they got into it over the kiosk or whatever, and when I tell you she was busting this bitch in the head, I'm talking about splitting, okay? I'm like, damn, all over because you
all
want
over
to
a
turn to listen
machine.
to some music.
That's crazy.
What
That's
the hell?
crazy.
Like, this is crazy in
Man,
here,
man.
But yeah, that was like one of the for real
Situations,
yeah,
even
that
though
I
there
had
might have
ever
been
seen.
fights, of course, it's like
Yeah,
it's a bunch of women, like you know
yeah,
what I mean. It's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah. A
fights and
bunch of
stuff, but
cattiness,
yeah,
Other than that, you would just see people, doing going to the hole for certain stuff like drugs or
hmm
um doing ignorant stuff towards, the warden, like
what?
sending a shit turd,
Right. Oh, they was
or
fooling in there. What about was there any type what's the climate of the LBGTQ community in
mhm.
prison, like in the females prison? Was it a lot of like studs walking around? Was it a lot like
Yeah, it was some that was like studs, and then it was some that was like them fake studs.
got
Like,
you?
you just being gay because you
Yeah.
need some commissary,
Right,
but you
right,
ain't
right,
gay for real,
right, right.
But the ones that were in there, it was only a couple cute ones.
hmm
It wasn't none that you would be all drooling over, but they was cute enough for you to be like, damn, bitch.
Right, right. Why you in
Like,
there? Right, straight up, for real,
yeah,
for
yeah.
real. So all right, so bam, you go through that, you knock that out, and now you home.
hmm
Um, when you get home, what's the very first thing that you do?
Well, honestly, I went to what you call it? What you call that? I had a what is the name of that hotel right there? The Westin.
Okay, okay.
Yep, I had a really nice dinner. My family, my son's father
hmm
side, they threw me a really nice dinner
Oh,
there,
that's
and
beautiful.
I received a lot of like
That's what's
gifts
up.
and cash and stuff. Um, and then after that, shoot, I started going to at home and
hmm
Marshalls,
Right, it's
home
on it
shopping,
straight up.
okay? Because them
No,
keys to
you know
that
what? That's
crib was there.
interesting though. You say home shopping after being in there for so long. That
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. Like a woman,
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna want to come home from
Mm-hmm.
prison and get her house together. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
dope. That's dope.
I was blessed to already have all of that in preparation, and
Okay.
then somewhat prepared for me once I got home. So honestly, I was probably without my own place for about a week, maybe a week
Right.
and a half before I got
Ended
my
up
keys
getting
and everything. Yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
so I did I did a good job.
You
I did
did.
a good job,
You
and I'm
did.
proud of
That's
myself.
right. That's right.
I'm proud of myself.
That's right. So now, man, you got so much stuff going on.
Mhm.
Um, you winning in the entrepreneurship life.
Mhm.
If you can just talk briefly about some of the things that you know what I mean, that you working on and you got your hands into, and just trying to just be an entrepreneur and a businesswoman in Detroit.
Mhm. You know, I feel like everybody should support everybody. If you see somebody trying, support them. But as far as me, I have my hair brand exclusive bundles by Brittany. I do have my book that is coming out 26 and running. I am praying that it's ready by December, but it's looking like maybe beginning of January for
Mm-hmm.
real. And then I've been relatively working with my family,
Mm-hmm.
like I've just been all about my family and
Absolutely.
the projects that, you know, they're working on as well. So we have restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
We have when I say the restaurants, we got Savvy's on Davis and Illinois. Then we've got brunch out in West Bloomfield. Both of those locations are doing well.
Absolutely. And I
Like,
gotta put this drop in there too, man, because I like I told you before, my wife ended up getting on my head. She say, babe, um, you gotta start mixing this thing up. Like you ain't taking me out like that no more. Like what's going on? You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, for me, it's kind of hard for me to find
mhm.
spots. Like I don't know why, you know what I mean? But it's just a
Cause
little
you a man.
yeah.
You a
So
man.
I come up with the brilliant idea, which was
Mhm.
like the lifesaver for me. I go on TikTok.
Mhm.
Nice places to eat on TikTok. I'm swiping through. Pink place, pink, nice, pretty. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They giving feedback, and this
Mhm.
we've got brunch.
Mhm. Mhm.
Boom! I take her there. We get some salmon croquette.
I
You
love
feel me?
those. Yep.
We smash, and it was a great experience. Good
Thank you.
R&B vibes
Yep.
going. So I definitely everybody, y'all definitely
That
wanna
playlist
hit
be
that spot.
my baby sister.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
she. I
Tell her
mean,
keep playing that.
yeah, we all like R&B,
Mhm.
Beyonce's,
Mhm.
old school,
Most definitely.
So
And if I can too, because I think it's important for the people to
mhm,
know, I actually seen Cash Doll
mhm,
and her whole crew or
yep.
whatever actually have an event there. So this is actually a place that
You want to come
you want to
to?
come
You
to
want to
for
come to?
sure.
It's a vibe for
For sure.
real. Summer month, the rooftop was open,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
it give you a whole Miami theme up
Yeah.
there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Savvy's, they cool over there as well.
Hmm.
Like, they're open to like people coming in and doing podcasting and
Mm,
things of that sort, and open to providing the meals as well
mm,
during those
absolutely.
podcasts and everything. We also have gas station car wash, which is
Mm,
soaps.
mm,
Finkel, we got 5 Mile Hall, we
mm.
got Papa Smoke.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
got Papa
yeah,
Smoke Vape Shop.
yeah.
So, I just been with my family and
That's
just
right.
winning with my family for real.
How important is family to you?
It's real important. It's real important. Like to have that type of love and to just know like we got you no matter what.
For real. For
Like
real.
it's important to have family. It's important to support
For real.
and just show like it's nothing wrong with giving back
Mm,
after you done been through
mhm.
what you done been through. You want somebody to receive the same blessings that you did as well. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
um that's another reason why, I open myself up to being um in
Interviewed.
conversations
Mm-hmm.
and interviews with individuals because I want I wanted people to know like it's nothing wrong with having a past. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's just what it is. It's your
Mm-hmm.
past. You live
Mm-hmm.
and you learn, you grow. Hopefully,
Absolutely.
shit, I grew.
Absolutely. No,
And
that's
I
right.
ain't going back. I ain't looking
Absolutely.
back. I don't give a damn about nothing that's back there.
Real talk.
You know?
Everything is straightforward.
Yeah, yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
that's beautiful. I totally commend you.
Hmm.
Um, it's a lot of guys that ain't been through what you, and I don't even want to compare the men women thing. I don't want to do that. But I will say in general, it's just a lot of people that may or may not have been through what you've been through, and for you to come out polished like you are. Some people when they go through stuff like that, it's on them, and you can see that darkness
Harden
all on
them,
that pain, that
bitter.
you know what I mean? The stuff you
Hmm.
done been through done broke you, done cracked your heart, damaged
Hmm.
your soul. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
But clearly God been with you though, because only he the one that can make you, you know what I mean, come
Hmm.
out looking the way that you looking with the energy to, you know what I
Hmm.
mean?
The
So
definition of I don't look like nothing I've been through.
that's right. That's
And
right.
I'm so thankful for it.
That's right.
I'm so thankful for it because a lot of what I went through, I have had times where I was I was ready to break,
For real.
and I was ready to be like, fuck you, I'm straight on
For
you,
real. For real.
But it took me having to go within myself
Mm-hmm.
and know, like, remember,
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
were your choices.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what you chose. These are your
Absolutely.
consequences.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
Most
yeah.
definitely. Most definitely. So yeah, with that being said, we appreciate you.
Hmm.
Much success to everything that you got going on. Much
Thank you.
success to the future
Thank you.
of your personal businesses, the family business,
Yes.
and just y'all unity and just everything that y'all got going on.
Yeah.
So I'm asking everybody, make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all
Mhm.
hit that Savvy Sliders. Make
Mhm.
sure y'all hit that We've Got Brunch.
Mhm.
Make sure y'all go get them exclusive bundles for your hair. Make
Mhm.
sure you're looking right for your man, all that good shit. You
Right.
feel me? And that's what it is, exclusive B. Thank you.
Thank you.